Hi guys, welcome to a brand new long overdue episode of Raising Me and Mine.
Yeah.
I know it's been a minute since we put out an episode. I believe November 2025 is the last drop.
So Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. Exactly. Merry Christmas, all of that good stuff. Happy holidays. But no, we're back. We're back in the can and we're really, really, really excited to get the ball rolling with the podcast again. It is me, Audrey.
And it is Aisha.
Whoop, 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 whoop.
How are you? I say that like I haven't spoken.
I know, like literally we speak every single day. I'm really, really well, you know. I'm really, really well. I actually missed recording this.
Yeah, so did I.
Yeah, I really, really missed recording this because, you know, in the world of motherhood, there's just always...
There's always something
going on.
There's always something to talk about.
So yeah, no, I'm really, really excited to be back. The holidays season was really nice. Like, it was just nice to just chill. Obviously, before then we had brunch, but we'll talk about that a little bit. Later. But yeah, I'm really, really good. What about you?
Yeah, all good, man.
Yeah.
Back to it. It's back to work. It feels like Christmas and stuff was like so long ago.
I know. Do you know what? I had a bit of like end of Christmas blues. I've never had that before. Like, I'm not like, I love Christmas obviously, but I've never really felt like I'm just like whatever in it. Like I usually get my tree up quite early and then take it down quite quickly. And I'm really happy to like do that.
Yeah.
But this time I was so sad to take my tree down.
No, I
know you took it down like early doors.
I think I took mine down the 27th, like the day after Boxing Day. So I was just like, Santa has come and gone.
Yeah.
In the past, like I've not been a Christmas person. Like from when my granddad died when I was like 14, I've just not liked Christmas at all.
Been the same.
No, it's not. He made Christmas. You know, there's always that person that makes Christmas.
Yeah.
So from when he died, I did not care about Christmas. Last year though, Christmas just gone, because Ishmael was fully involved, like because of nursery. He was like singing Jingle Bells from like October.
Cute.
So that's why my Christmas tree went up like the 2nd of November. It went up so early. And it was just so nice. We spent it, just me and him at home. I was just like, you know what? I don't want to drive around.
All the up and down, you know?
I was like, I know my mum will probably be like, oh, why don't you come around or whatever? But I said to her, like, you just come around on Christmas Eve. And then I just want him to wake up like with his presents in the house.
Play with them.
And then we can proper have like a nice Christmas. And I was trying to, I think subconsciously what I was trying to do was like start a new like
tradition.
A new tradition for he and I. And then obviously for somebody else that come into it. But like, I was like, like this is like he's my little family. Do you know what I mean? So I need to create it. And it was so nice. I cooked so much food. It was unbelievable. But who was I cooking all the food for?
You and Ishi?
I cooked so much food. To be fair, he did eat a lot as well. But like I cooked so much food. Yeah, it was so nice.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
so
I
nice.
really want a Christmas like that because and I feel like the only way I'll get it is if I'm hosting, which means I'll never really get it. But it's like, we always will either go to my mum's or we'll go to my sister-in-law's, which I'm happy to do, but it's still a lot of driving around. I mean, it's nice because obviously I don't have to do anything. I just rock up and eat and then go home. But also I wouldn't mind like just being at home all day, just eating and just not seeing anyone and then maybe seeing people like the 26th. Yeah, our Christmas was like, it was pretty chaotic. Like I actually made a mistake because I said to Nick, we'll just do Christmas at your sister's this year. And then because my family were getting together on the 28th, like my whole entire family.
Okay.
So I was like, it feels a bit like, you know, I'll see everybody then. But I didn't let my mum know that we weren't coming on Christmas Day. So then my mum was like, obviously expecting us.
Yeah.
And then I was like, I think we're just going to do Christmas at my sister-in-law's. And my mum was like really disappointed. And then so I just had to figure it out. So we ended up going to my mum's for a bit, eating there, having lunch there, and then going to my sister-in-law's.
Okay.
And it was great and it was nice, but it is like a lot. Do you know what I mean?
It's so difficult.
Oh my God.
When you've got a little one or children, driving around on Christmas, going to different family members, it's just like, it's so long. It's so long. It's so long. So this year, even like Sarah, her mum they had a massive Christmas at her mum's house, and we were supposed to go there in the evening. Like, had a marquee. All my cousins were there. It looked so fun. I was like watching everyone like on Snapchat and stuff. Everyone was messaging me like, "Yo, Ash, you coming?" And I was just like, every part of me wants to come, but like, I just don't want to I don't want to get him dressed, put him in the car. Like, he's having a great time with all his toys. Like, I'm at home vibing, we was like playing music and stuff. I was just like, guys, I'm sorry, I'm not going to see you at this Christmas. And I know they were pissed because they want to see issues. Of course, you know what I mean? Yeah. So, but it was nice. Christmas was nice. And same with New Year. Like, yeah, same. Stayed in. I was supposed to go to church, but I didn't want to drag Ishi out that late as well. And then also my mum was like, I'll drop him off to me and then you can go. But I was like, I want to bring in the New Year with him. Yeah. So I just watched church live. Yeah. And he fell asleep at like 10:30. But I just put him on the sofa so he was still with me. Yeah. Like, and then I put him in his bed. But yeah, it was actually really, really relaxing. Like, it was such a nice Christmas in the year. It's the first one I've had in a long time.
That's just felt like at peace and stuff like that. Yeah, no, 100%. Like, Anaya's starting to understand it a bit more now. Like, she knows who Santa is. And we did the whole, but remember my thingy with the Christmas present. So basically, I'll tell you guys, this is absolutely horrific. We traditionally have always done our Christmas shopping on the 23rd or the 24th. And everyone thinks it's mad, but it's always worked for us because I guess Christmas, like, we don't really get everybody, because there's so many people to buy for. Yeah. People are getting socks and they're getting scarves and they're getting little bits here or there. Yeah. So we've always just gone to like White City and just bought everything in one go. We wrap it up that night and then we pack it in the car and we go. That's what we've always done. So last year, as in 2025, we did the same thing, but this time it was actually closer to the wire because it was Christmas Eve.
Yeah.
I didn't know. I thought, because you know, like the shops are open till 10 around the Christmas period. I thought that included
Christmas Eve.
The
day before Christmas.
I know, but I just thought everything closed at 10. So we were in Westfield and we'd done a lot of shopping, but Anaya was like the last person to get for, and that to me is the most important person. Do you know what I mean? So I was like, we're gonna go to, they've got a Hamleys in there, gonna go to the Hamleys and just get bare toys, whatever, and those will be her Christmas presents. We proper stopped, sat down and had lunch. We were taking our sweet time in the restaurant, thinking, okay, let's continue our shopping. We've bought for everybody else, just need to get Anaya now. Why am I seeing shutters? Like, I'm like seeing all the shops are shutting. I'm just like, why are the shutters down? Like, what is going on? And these times it's like 6 p.m. and they're like, yeah, they're closing at 6 today. And you know, when they start having like the ushers and stuff trying to like hurry everybody and get to the car park, I was like, no way. I was like, I have to run to Hamleys. I have to. So I'm jetting it down, trying to get to Hamleys. As soon as I get there, they just shut the shutter. And the guy's like, nah. And when I say we didn't buy a single thing for Anaya, like, I felt so bad. And we bought her a bunch of clothes and stuff, but that's not really...
Yeah, that's not what she would...
Exactly. She's not going to be excited about that. But
when
also,
you messaged us into the group,
I know.
I was just like, Audrey, we've been saying to you.
No, I know. Everyone's been
Christmas
me.
Eve.
And the thing is, it's not even like we sit out at like 9 a.m.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? We left the house at like 2, got there at like 3, had the audacity to eat.
Sit down.
Do you know what I mean? Sit down and have like a meal or whatever. I was absolutely heartbroken.
Yeah, I know.
And the thing is, she's 2, so she's not 100% aware of like, you wake up on Christmas Day and you get your presents. She knows what presents are, she knows what Santa is, but she hasn't really connected it all yet.
Yeah.
But I just felt like an absolute piece of scum. Like, I felt so bad. Like, the whole way home, I was like looking out the window like this, if there was any shops. I was like, we can stop and just get a toy. I just need one toy. And Nick was just like, let it go. It's over.
Yeah, but tell them what you did do though.
Exactly. So I am obsessed with ordering from Deliveroo. I literally do most of my food shopping on. It's so bad because it's so expensive.
They need to bloody sponsor.
But they really do. They need to sponsor this podcast. Right? And so what I do is every day I order and I do like my grocery shopping, because I have random ideas about what I want to eat and I'll just buy it on the day. And I'm still trying to figure out whether I'm wasting money or saving money, because I don't really waste, because I order from there and I order exactly what I need. And anyway, so I order all the time from Deliveroo, and I've ordered mad things off Deliveroo. I've ordered a wig off there before. I order hair dye. I've ordered bundles.
A wig? Bundles?
There's bundles. You can get bundles on there. You can get wigs on there. Listen, it's not just for...
On Deliveroo?
It's not just for takeaway.
Nah, Deliveroo, you don't need to sponsor
guys,
Audrey or...
No, honestly,
you can get someone
from Deliveroo. Listen,
you need to get in contact.
You can get everything on there, down to like, I've bought suppositories for Anaya when she's been constipated. I've got medication. I've got anything from a pharmacy you can get. Like, you can get Boots pharmacies on there. And if there's other chemists on there, you can get medication.
No.
So I've ordered
I don't use my Deliveroo account enough.
You guys are
I don't use
your account for good. Like, trust me, you can get anything you need on there.
Maybe it's because of where you are though, where you're
I think it is. So I am quite central, so that probably does play a massive part.
Comes up on mine.
Same. So I've always just ordered anything. Like, if I need anything, I will look, and 9 times out of 10 I'll find it on
bundles.
Right? Bundles, like literally hair gel, everything, like as in like gummy. I'm not even joking, that got me all sorts. Like when I've been in the middle of like a hair crisis or a wig crisis, it got to be like anything you need, yeah?
Oh my God.
And so, because there's certain hair shops around there. So you just have to scroll to the grocery, like
keep
past
scrolling.
the grocery, because they've got grocery, they've got
I always get to just grocery.
They've got a pharmacy, they've got gifts, so they've got everything. Yeah, they've got flowers. I've actually delivered I had flowers delivered. They've got everything on there.
Way,
this is not an ad. This is not an ad. I promise. It should be, but it's not.
I'm actually looking on my app now.
I was like, nah. There's got to be a boss man somewhere on Deliveroo that's still open that can send me something. So I looked. I just typed in toys, right? And then lo and behold, I see one shop all the way in Hertfordshire. I was like, I don't care how far you got to come from. I'm ordering. And so I ordered like all of these like unicorn sticker books and stuff like that. And
they've even got DIY on.
It's literally DIY. They've got everything on there that you could possibly need. And it will be at your house within an hour. There's been times where I've suddenly craved like pad thai or something, and all the like East Asian food shops are on there. You can get anything. So I've put in toys, and then I just see this big fat Princess Jasmine toy. I was like, yep, run that. Run that. A teddy bear, run that. And then all these like little stickers and colouring books and all of these and I just ordered everything. And then it all came within like an hour.
How much did it cost? Was it mad?
The doll cost like £45, which
kind of average.
It's not that bad, but I know it probably is not worth that much.
It was probably maybe like
$29.99 exactly. And
but like if you go into Smith's or something, or even if you had gone into Hamleys, you might have got her a doll for about that price anyway.
Exactly. And then they add a bit of like razzle dazzle for the delivery. Like the delivery was far, it was coming from Hertfordshire, but I was like, I do not care.
It needs to get here. And
then I randomly got Connect 4 as well. I was just like, add that.
Ishmael Connect 4. See
that exactly. She doesn't even know how to play it. She just likes putting the
that's what Ishmael does.
Yeah. So I got a Connect 4 and all of that stuff came, and then basically Anaya had presents the next day.
That is
exactly
so funny. I remember you
learned my lesson.
It was like, Audrey, she's not even going to care.
I know.
But I get what you mean though. I understand what you mean. Like just the guilt of being like, oh my gosh, like how have I managed to get everybody else gifts and not my child? I should have known or whatever.
And it's all about them.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
So it's just like, and we're there in matching pajamas with no gifts. That ain't it. Do you know what I mean? I was like,
you know what? This year's the first year I actually bought Ishmael gifts.
Oh, yeah.
Because my cousins, they just...
that's the thing, they get so much.
They do. Yeah. Sarah actually she should actually be his mum. She may have given birth to Ishmael. Like she will buy him so many Christmas gifts, or like just generally, just gifts in general, whatever.
Oh my God, I should have bought his bloody gift.
Anaya's gift. I've got Anaya's gift as well.
I forgot. Yeah.
I got my car wash yesterday, so I took everything out of it. That's annoying. But yeah, so I've not bought him gifts. Like even like on his birthdays, like his first birthday, I didn't get him anything.
Yeah.
Second birthday, didn't get him anything. I don't know if I bought him anything for his third birthday, you know?
But that's the thing, they do get so much stuff.
Yeah, because they get so much. But this year, because he understood it properly, and then because I made a conscious decision to be like, we're spending it at home. Yeah. I was like, I'm going to buy you gifts and all the rest of it. And I just got gifts that like, got him like a balance bike, and my mum got him a kitchen because he's always trying to cook in my kitchen. Yeah. But I got him stuff that like I can have open with like bowls on it. So when he comes, and he was gobsmacked. He was so gobsmacked. He couldn't believe it. But yeah, Christmas was nice, man. Yeah. But now at least you know. I'm never doing that again. Never. I was buying presents from November.
That's the thing. I think this year I really want to be that person and just start getting them in from early, because all of that, like the way I felt, oh my God, I've never felt so low in all my life.
And next year she will absolutely.
Oh, she 100% absolutely understand. Exactly yeah, she definitely will.
She'll even do like a what's it called?
Like nativity.
Christmas. Yeah. Ishmael misses because he ended up getting, remember we were sick.
Oh yeah.
So he couldn't go.
Yeah, oh no.
I was so annoyed for him because he was one of the wise men.
Nativity. Oh no, that's a major role.
But I know, but he had really bad fever. Yeah, whatever that cold thing was that we were all battling in December. Yeah. Yeah, that was COVID. They just didn't want to tell us it was COVID. Yeah. That was COVID 3.7 or something, because that thing was so bad.
When they get like that, it's just
I got it the week after brunch.
Okay.
And I remember feeling unwell, thinking, thank God this wasn't at brunch, because I would have been finito. I had such a good time at brunch though.
Speaking of brunch, exactly. No, it really was so good. So like shout out to everybody that bought a ticket and
Thank
came.
you for coming.
We honestly had such a good time. I feel like, yeah, it's just so fun. I feel like the venue always makes it really fun where we do it.
Yeah.
And everybody that came, we just danced. Like, we just danced and just ate and drank. It was such a vibe.
Yeah, and the people really did connect as well. I think it was nice. I think because it was coming up to Christmas, people have got, once you get to that December month, there's so much going on that you, especially when you've got children, like it's constant, like nativity play, this thing, taking them to Santa's grotto, blah, 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 blah. So I think to have brunch right at the beginning was just a nice thing for us to do and stuff. I got so drunk because I thought that the lychee margarita thing that I was drinking was like a lychee martini. No. Lo and behold, it had vodka and tequila in it.
Sheesh.
And it was so easy to drink.
Yeah.
It was so light. And I remember saying to Dion and Fiona, actually, I was like, oh, Fiona, you'll like this because it's got tequila in it. Like you like tequila. And she was like, yeah, it's nice, but like take it easy on it. And I was like, yeah, it should be all right. It tastes so light. Oh my God. I got so drunk, but I had such a great time. Unfortunately, we didn't get any pictures.
I know. Guys, you'll never guess what happened. So the first event we had, our social media girl came and it was great and all the rest of it. But this time we really wanted to like have nice pictures.
Yeah.
Because then we don't have to worry about taking them and all the rest of it. So shout out to Devonte. He took our pictures as well that we posted recently. And yeah, so he came and we were getting some really, really beautiful pictures.
They were banging.
They were so nice.
So
we took a huge group picture of everybody that came, like Aisha and I together, Aisha and I individuals, just like
the pictures
of the actual event itself. They were gorgeous, right? And then the next day, it was about 5 a.m. in the morning and I get a message from him basically being like, so he had gone to an event after, right? And at that event, someone stole his camera and they took his memory card.
It will never be well with you people.
Exactly. And so we had nothing. And because obviously we had the photographer, we weren't really taking content. We're like, oh, that's been taken care of.
Nobody else was either.
Yeah, everyone was just enjoying
everybody
themselves.
else that was there was like, oh my God, the pictures look so bad. Because when he was taking pictures of the attendees, they were like, the pictures are so nice, they can't wait to see them. So everyone was just like, we've got banging. He's taking such good pictures of us. I don't need to be on my phone. Like people were not on their phone.
They were not on their phone.
People were not on their phone, pictures, filming. Like everyone was just having a good time because we were just thinking, that group picture is the one that hurts me the most.
Same.
The group picture of everyone, because we at that point everyone was lit.
Yep.
We were all giggling.
Exactly.
Like it was so nice.
And it was a lovely picture.
Yeah,
and
it was such
unfortunately, it will never be. Like,
if you're the robber, return
exactly. Just damn, at least the SD card. At least the
what you should do is create an Instagram page anonymously.
And just post the pictures and then just at us in them.
Just post them.
That's all. That's all we need. Like we don't, he's replaced all of his things.
Yeah, he's
so
good.
We just would love those pictures.
Just create a random Instagram page and post every picture on there. If that came to light, I'd be so happy.
Yeah, if that actually happens, then I'd be so happy. But something tells me that it's not.
No, it's not. But yeah, brunch was a good time. You know what's mad? Yeah, every time I think, like when we were planning this year and we're like, okay, cool, what sort of events we want to do? I was thinking, maybe we shouldn't do like brunches like that anymore because I was thinking, not anymore, but like, I was like thinking maybe we should pause on them because we've done 2, they were really good.
Yeah.
But, there's probably people that don't drink or don't really want to party. But then the other day I was thinking to myself, Nah,
it's a vibe.
Also, it will just be such a lie to what we're about.
Yeah,
like, we love a brunch.
We love brunch. It's like our favorite thing to do.
Going to the club.
Yeah,
we did go to the club recently, but going to the club.
My God,
is it's a one time, like once every 6 months.
Yeah,
like twice a year you can go to a club in a night, but brunch I can go all the time, and it is what we like. That is how we actually let our hair down with our friends and stuff. So I won't be taking brunches away. We can definitely add other things in.
Yeah.
But I think brunch is definitely a good time.
Yeah, I think definitely it's a nice staple. And it's like, maybe not like in the winter months, because it was pissing down with rain that day. I was like,
oh my God, yeah,
it was absolutely,
it was
just
bad.
torrential rain or whatever.
It was bad.
Whatever the word is.
Yeah, it was bad.
That kind of rain. It was so bad. But yeah, I think a nice summer brunch and
I think
an outdoorsy kind of like rooftopy place.
Yeah.
I think
a spring one would be good.
Yeah,
actually.
exactly.
I mean, we want to do like
an
Easter thing for the kids.
Definitely.
But we could definitely do like a Easter mummy.
Yeah, 100%.
Brunchy thing.
Definitely.
And the sun will be out at that point. So.
That's the thing. It's like longer days as well. So I think brunch always goes down well. Who doesn't like brunch? Like, if you don't like brunch, you are bad vibes.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I mean, there's non-alcoholic drinks.
Yeah, exactly. It's not just about the booziness of it all. It's just about the community spirit, the good food, the good, especially if you've got good music.
Yeah.
I think like.
And also brunch, like we can, where we do it, like Tropics make it, when we're in there, it feels like it's nighttime. But depending on, like, we could change the venue and do it where it's more of like a daytimey vibe.
Exactly,
you know what I mean? Where it's not
what I was thinking.
So much like nighttime vibes. It can still be like music and drinks, but you still feel like you can sit down and have a chat or whatever.
Exactly.
But when we're in Tropics, it actually does feel like...
It does feel like the club.
Yeah,
it does. But it's nice because you go out and it's still bright and you're like, oh. It's
exactly.
You know? But yeah, I feel like that kind of like aesthetic would be nice as well. Just like outdoorsy, just bright daytime, bright colours, you know?
Yeah.
So yeah. We'll definitely.
That was a good time. How's Anaya?
She's really good. Like, she's really, really good. She's just, I just can't even believe like how fast she's growing. It just scares me so much, but in a good way.
Yeah.
But no, she's really, really, really well. She was in nursery today. I was in a hurry to get her out of the house because my God. And yeah, she's doing great. Like, she's doing really, really good. She is. Yeah, just talking more and communicating more. And it's just so mad because I feel like I don't teach her anything. She just knows things. I don't know if it's nursery. It probably is. Like, she's around kids a lot more and stuff like that. But she's just like, before she would say random words, now she's starting to piece sentences together. And so, you know, she's starting to understand sort of like context as well. So it's really funny. But like, she just is such a sponge. Like, she just copies everything I say and do. So I'm just like, now I'm like to Nick, we actually have to be careful like what you say. And I'm just like, you know, she calls Nick babe sometimes. I'm like, no. I'm like, you can't be calling, and she'll be
Ishmael calls me babe.
Yeah, he's just like, you can't be calling him babe. That's not babe. And she's like, daddy? Babe? And I'm just like, oh my God, she's hilarious. And like the other day she fell over and she was like, that was slippery, man. I was like, Nick and like, when I say we were actually crying to tears, and she was just looking at us like, what's so funny?
What's so funny? She probably heard you guys.
Yeah, she definitely
said it, but
definitely
that is so funny.
Did, but it was so...
And she said it in the right context.
And she said it in context as well.
Yeah.
Anytime she says anything in context, that's when it's like the funniest.
Yeah.
But no, she's doing really, really good.
Oh, good.
Yeah, really, really good. And is she?
Yeah, he's good, man.
Yeah.
He's the same. He's developing like crazy. He's like, yeah, he shocks me regularly. Now, he's fully, because when he was born, I told my mum and my aunts to only speak to him in Luganda in our language. So my mum and my aunts tend to do that. But now it's like overnight it's unlocked, and now he'll say words like in our language, or like speak our language.
Good. Yeah.
And obviously with Akili and Swahili, like Swahili and Luganda is quite similar. So he'll just be randomly, he'll say something like, he'll be singing a song like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then he'll be like, now Swahili.
Yeah.
Moja Bili Tatu. And I'm like, oh, okay, you know exactly what like it is or whatever. Like, we was in the supermarket and I was like, oh, should we get some mangoes? And he was like, not mangoes, embe. And I was like, yeah, embe is mango in Swahili. Yeah, like, good. So he's like, it feels weird because it's like unlocked.
Yeah.
Automatic. It's like out of nowhere. It's kind of like unlocked language. So yeah, he's so funny, man. And the nursery are proper like, they're so fascinated with him because they thought he couldn't talk for time. They were like, oh no, you know, like I think he might need speech therapy. And I was like, this kid
he just doesn't want to talk to you.
He just doesn't want to talk to you. Like.
Yeah.
And then now, because he's like so comfortable, whatever, all of a sudden, like all the words are coming out. So every time they put like anything in like that family app, they'll be like, oh yeah, he said X, Y, and Z. Or sometimes when I go and pick him up, they're like, he was really chatty today. I'm like, I told you guys, he's just, Ishmael has just always been like, from birth, to be fair, he's just he won't do something if you try to make him do it. Like he just doesn't want it. He'll do it in his own time.
Yeah.
And that is very much a trait from his father.
Right. Okay.
Very, very, very much a trait. Like, yeah, you cannot make that man do anything.
Father, son.
Yeah. Like you can't make them do something they don't want. They'll do it in their own time.
Yeah.
So now I'm just like, okay, cool. But yeah, he's good, man. He's getting ready for primary school.
I just can't even
primary
believe
school
it.
in September.
My issue is going to school. Like I remember the first time I ever saw him. Like so, and it's just flown by. Like I just
flown by
4 years.
I was looking at the primary school uniform that he'd have because I've only applied for one school, so I'm like, you're getting into that.
Yeah, better be that one.
You're getting. You're just gonna have to make it work.
Yeah.
So I was looking at the uniform and I was like, "Right, boy, these things are a bit expensive, isn't it?"
Yeah, but I'm always hearing mums talk about that. Talk about how expensive school nursery is. You know, school uniform is.
Yeah, like the jumpers, the branded jumpers and stuff. I'm like, right, okay, but like. And the thing is, it's like, how many of them do you buy? Because he's little, so he's going to be messing up his clothes a lot.
Yeah.
So I can't just buy 2 jumpers because he's there 5 days a week.
Yeah.
Do I buy 5 jumpers?
No,
does he need one a day?
That's a bit excessive.
Do I get 3?
I was going to say 2.
Yeah, but what if it comes home with paint all over one?
Are they doing paint like that and stuff?
Yes, in reception.
In reception, they're doing paint and stuff. Yeah, true that.
Do you get what I mean?
Yeah.
So I was like, how many do I buy? Because I was like to my mum, do I buy 5? And she was like, 1 a day.
Yeah, I think 2 maybe. I would get 2, but
I was thinking 3.
3 is a nice
because if he comes home with a hole in the jumper,
right? Exactly. Because then
at least we've got 2.
Do?
Yeah, exactly.
So
otherwise, if there's 1 left, then I'm going to constantly have to keep washing it.
Yeah, that's very true.
And then also trousers, like he's going to need school trousers, school shirts. For some reason, kids come home with black shirts.
Yeah, I feel like the shirts. That's probably what you need quite a few.
Yeah, quite a lot of them.
Yeah, I'd say the shirts, but the trousers,
you might be rolling around the floor. You see kids with holes in them.
Yeah, they do.
He's a boy.
They do be them uniforms. I don't know how durable they are, but they do be messing around and getting all sorts.
The way I see my nephews come home sometimes, I'm like,
it's like, who dragged you?
What?
I remember I used to like see them on TikTok. Yeah, these mums that would be like, oh, look how I sent her into school and look how she came home. And I'm like, how you look like you've been dragged.
A nice ponytail, and then you come home and it's
just like everything's out and just scattered into the side and dyed and fried. I'm just like, how did we get here?
Exactly. That's why I was.
Only God knows.
I was probably looking at stuff like,
schools.
How much uniform am I supposed to buy? Like, I see parents talking about, oh, they bought shoes at the beginning of September. It's October and there's a hole in the shoe.
A hole in shoes, mad.
Like, what with boys? Like, what was he doing?
Yeah.
So now I have to buy new. Do I buy him kickers? Do I just buy?
No, you have to graduate to kickers. You can't just get kickers. I don't know. That was back in my day, which is
exactly
a long time ago.
That was also mine.
That was like a proper like if you had kickers, you were that.
That is how I saw it. But then I was thinking, he's my son, so I want to put him in kickers. But if I put him in kickers in September and October, they are finished.
Exactly. You're gonna be fuming.
Because how much are kickers? Like £45 or something.
Yeah, for a 4-year-old, that's a lot of money.
That's mad.
Yeah, for a 4-year-old shoe. I don't know. I can't lie.
I might have to get him like Dr. Martens because those things are durable.
Yeah, they're durable. There's no chance you're getting any holes in them. But then they also look so heavy.
They do.
Do you know what I mean? They look very like construction.
Yeah.
Like, do you know what I mean? They just feel really like, but they look durable. But I feel like they've got like variations of them. You don't have to get the boot. Like you can get like they've got like a shoe version or what have you. Yeah,
that's a lot of what I'm thinking about now, boy, with Ishmael, like primary school.
So he's going this year.
September. Which is crazy.
That is insane.
I think I may sit outside the school and cry when I'm
I will definitely cry I'll probably cry when Ishi goes to school. I'll definitely cry. I feel like that is such a massive milestone.
Yeah, it's such a milestone.
Because he's going to be there every day for less hours though.
Audrey, I've already thought about that. Like, what am I going to do? I've got to get him there for 9 o'clock and then I've got to pick him up at like 3:15. That's not enough time to do anything.
Even, I swear, reception, they're not even there for the full day. For like the first week
so the school that I've applied for him, that he's going to, I was asking them and they said, like when they first start, it's kind of like nursery, like private nurseries where they transition them in. So they might come in and just do the morning or do the afternoons who they're used to it. But I was just thinking, so what the hell am I supposed to do with him if he's just doing the morning to get comfortable? That's 9.
Yeah, you're going to have to take that week
12.
off.
Yeah, exactly. What am I supposed to do with work?
Because by the time you drop him,
I've got to go and pick him back up.
Basically be time to pick him up, yeah.
So. I hope he settles in nicely, so it's just like easy transition.
I'm sure it will be. I feel like that's one of the benefits of when your child's been in nursery, because they're used to being in other environments. It's going to look differently. There's going to be different people.
Yeah.
They won't have their key workers there. So I feel like that transitional period might be tricky, but I feel like kids are so much more resilient than
they are.
Give them credit for.
They absolutely are. You're right.
Like, you don't have a choice. You've got to do it. Your guy's
school. Exactly.
Do you know what I mean?
As much as I would love to homeschool him, Audrey, you know I would.
Yeah, you've really been very serious about it.
I really, really want to homeschool him, but I need to be for real.
Yeah. It's a big responsibility.
It doesn't matter how many tutors I get.
Yeah.
I just don't. Not even I don't have the capacity. Like, I could absolutely sacrifice certain things in order for him to have tutors come in or whatever. Like, and I will do that. I would do that. But it's that part of him getting outside. Like the socializing
That's
part.
the thing.
And more than anything, I feel like I'm sending him to mainstream school for the socializing part, because the education part won't stop when we get home.
Yeah.
Like, I will absolutely continue. But I can do that with that capacity if he's at school, getting some things in, and then I can come in on the extra parts. But honestly, I wish I could homeschool, but I've been lying to myself that I absolutely have the capacity to do. I don't.
It is a lot between work and him. I just, it would be very hard. I feel like, I mean, I don't know how other parents who do homeschool, whether they have full-time jobs and stuff like that.
Some parents do. I've followed quite a few parents that have full-time jobs.
No.
I'm just like, maybe I'm not dedicated enough. No. Maybe I don't like my child enough.
I
even if I didn't have a full-time job, Audrey, okay, cool. Say when Raising Me and Mine kicks off and everything's doing good and I don't have to work a full-time job and this will be my full-time thing or whatever. Even then, there's things in the day that I will be doing, like, let me do the washing up. Let me do...
Exactly.
And I know homeschooling doesn't look like teaching them from 9 to 3. You literally, a lot of homeschooling children, they only study conventionally for like an hour a day. And then everything else is like learning through doing stuff.
Yeah.
But even now, I don't know if I'd be able to do that, because it would be a case of like, when you're cooking, you use that as an opportunity to do like, that's like home tech or home ed or whatever people call it. So he'll help cook. But I just want to hurry up.
Sometimes I just want to make a dinner home. I don't have time to
exactly
like, and measure the flour.
Exactly.
And you stand on like no.
Exactly. It's a lot of dedication. Yeah. So I absolutely rate parents that homeschool and can, put that much like effort into it. But I just right now in the place that I'm at now, I couldn't see myself doing it.
And I think that's completely fine. Like you researched it heavily and you've come to this conclusion, and that's fine. Like at one point it was an option, and it's okay to explore things. Do you know what I mean? And like, it's not for you. It's not for you.
Yeah,
do you know what I mean? It is what it is. And at the end of the day, he's your kid. If you decide that next year you want to do that, you can do that. Do you know what I mean? But for now, maybe it is best that he just goes into mainstream school. And I feel like, exactly what you were saying. School is for the life skills as well.
Yeah.
It's about the independence, about them breaking away from you and understanding that in life, and mum's not going to be there all of the time, like making friends. Because even with me, I feel like I have such anxiety even when I'm in like public places with like public parks and stuff with Anaya and her playing with other kids.
Me too.
I'm so like, if Anaya even goes near another kid and the parent's there, I'm just like just moving her away. And I'm just like, I just don't want any interaction to go left, because you don't know who you're dealing with. Like, you don't know how other parents, like, because not all parents are like, that's okay, she's a kid. And luckily I've never had that experience where someone's been like, get her away from my kid or whatever. Like, usually they're like, no, it's fine. Like, even if she's a bit like, because sometimes she can be a bit handsy, and now she's like, that's mine. Like, she's like doing that a lot. And I'm like, no, like, we were in the lift on our way back from Disney on Ice year. We were in the lift on the going down to the platform on the tube, and she had this bubble thing, and then this other kid was in his pram. We're all in the lift together. He's with his mum, and then he was like trying to touch it, and Anaya snatched it, and she was like, "It's mine!" And I was so embarrassed. I was like, "Oh my God!" I was like, "No, Anaya, we share." And then the other mum was like, "No, it is hers. That's fine." And I was like, "No, but we don't say it in that way." You know what I mean? It's like if I'm at the park and she's like gets too close to me, whereas when she's at nursery, I know I've got no choice. I'm not there. I can't see it. And so she's learning those skills there. So I just think for the independent side of things, it's good for them to just learn to be away from like mom and...
Yeah, for sure.
So,
I agree, man. So that will be September.
That is crazy. But actually, I've got a question for you because you are a boy mum, and in the midst of all this like Victoria,
Beckham. I was thinking about
Beckham stuff, and I just think that like obviously this is a parenting podcast, but so what, it can intercept with popular culture.
Absolutely, it can.
So what, and I think it does actually make sense because right now boy mums are not getting the best.
We never do
rap.
We never do
on social media and stuff like that off the back of this like whole Brooklyn Beckham situation. What are your thoughts as a boy mum? Do you think that label is actually a thing, or do you think it's just like another way to villainize women?
Okay, so I'm going to answer it in two parts. Yeah. So as a mum, I think that it kind of is a way to villainize women, but in the same breath, we do. There are mums that like model code.
It does exist. It does exist.
And then also as a woman who dates men, there's men I've dated and their mums they don't care.
Yeah.
They do. They're on their son's side. Do you get what I mean? So I agree. I do agree. Yeah. And I'm not gonna lie. I think I'm gonna have to beat it out of myself with Ishmael.
Yeah.
Because especially when I have another child, if I have a daughter, I know I can just see it that I would not favorite him, but like he would get away with a lot more than she would. And that's just me like mentally thinking about it, because I know there'll be things that I will absolutely be worried for my daughter to be exposed to and stuff, because I've been there as her age.
Yeah.
And not, if my son was exposed to it, maybe not be as harsh on him, maybe.
Yeah.
As with her. Like, for instance,
that's really honest,
if she was having sex at like 15 or 16, I might be like, babe, I think you should slow it down. But if he's having sex at 15 or 16, I might be like... I'm joking. I'll be like, be careful. I'll probably be like, who is she? Or like, do you like her? Make sure you use protection. Whereas I could probably see with my daughter, I'd probably be a bit like, no, like, but then who would he be? Not that he'd be having sex with his sister, but like, if I'm telling him, protect yourself, and if you like her, respect her, who are you respecting?
Right, exactly.
If the mums are saying to their 15-year-olds, 16-year-olds, like, it's weird. I don't know. That's a bad option to example to use, but Victoria Beckham dancing like David danced at her son's wedding. I'm sorry, but I'm going to dance like David danced.
This is the thing.
But it was inappropriate.
That's exactly what I was going to say.
Because for black people...
That's exactly what I was going to say.
Inappropriate is...
Yeah, if they came to some of our weddings and saw how we were rocking it down and doing whatever, then it might be inappropriate. I think he said that he used very coded language on purpose. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. Because if I'm being honest, like, I don't think that... Like, when it was all happening, I just thought... I thought, like, for him to take to his stories, I thought he was going to say some mad stuff.
So did I.
Yeah. So then when I read...
But it was quite surface level, but it was really
it was coded, but it was very
things.
surface.
Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah.
So I was just like, okay, things can be like misinterpreted or interpreted in certain ways, what have you. And I guess everything is like relative. Like at the end of the day, when I was reading, I was thinking, coming from an African household,
this is light
this
work.
Doesn't really sound. This just sounds like a traditional African household.
This is light work.
Like a traditional African household. Of course, like my mum would do the same thing. Like my mum has literally always said to me, "Never tell a man your finances. I don't care who it is. Like, don't tell a man your finances. Always have like tuck away money. Yep. Always like have your own. Basically, always have a way to earn." Always, like my mum's always told me that. Yeah. So to me, in terms of like trying to compare the two, because obviously we don't have a family brand and like and a family legacy in that sense. To me, that's like on par with them being like, sign over the rights of your name to us, because if anything goes wrong in that marriage, we're the owners of it. Do you know what I mean? You don't want to just have the name just out there, or their family's got more money and they're buying the name. Like, let us be the owners of it. I saw that more as of a protection thing, whereas he kind of like projected it as something like negative. But listen, this is a parenting podcast, so to just go back to the boy mum aspect of it, I think, that there's a difference between a mum with a boy and a boy mum.
What do you mean?
So a mum with a boy is someone that has a son, right?
Yeah.
A boy mum is one of them ones who are exactly like how Brooklyn has kind of portrayed Victoria to be. Like, no woman is ever going to be good.
I'm not on that. And I've met women like that before. I've met mums like that before, and that's not something I would like to push on Ishmael. Like, you're an adult, make your decision yourself.
Exactly.
Unless I can see that the woman is a witch.
Yeah, because I also don't want to villainize mums into feeling like they can't raise their kids or say anything.
I'm going to give you advice.
Did you love your son?
Yeah, I'm going to give you advice. And like, God willing, like he will grow up with a father figure at some point where it's like, he can also go to him and get advice from him. Because at the end of the day, I'll say this all the time, like there's certain things I'm not going to be able to advise him as because I'm a woman. And I don't want to advise him from a woman's point of view because that's probably not how he should handle it. Do you know what I mean? Like even with the name thing with Brooklyn, I completely understand probably why Victoria feels the way she does, because Brooklyn, why are you Brooklyn Peltz Beckham?
Exactly. Like even that, and that is such a statement.
Why are you Peltz Beckham?
I know it's 2026 and stuff, and people are, going against like the status quo and they want to do things differently.
No, you are Brooklyn Beckham.
Yeah, exactly.
Beckham.
Yeah.
You were born with a gold spoon in your mouth. Like,
there's legacy.
Don't be ungrateful. Like, to me, that came, like, I was like, this is mad. Somebody needs to get involved.
Yeah.
Like, somebody in the family needs to call a conversation, a meeting. But to me, I was just thinking, like, you're Brooklyn Beckham. Like, and you know how hard your parents, even if it's not your mum, your dad was a brilliant footballer for England.
No,
like,
even Victoria, she's been working.
She has been working, but if we want to go off of, you just want to go off of that Beckham name and be like, that wasn't even your name or whatever. That's your dad's name. Your dad has created a massive legacy for himself. Like, you could have just remained, like, why did you take Peltz?
Yeah. Or
she should be Peltz Beckham.
Yeah.
You are Beckham.
That's what she wants to do.
So I understand if that's their gripe, because again, like you said about the brand or whatever, and that's how I'd feel. And even as a mum now, with Ishmael, like I wouldn't, his surname is his dad's surname and their family. I wouldn't, that, at the end of the day, that's their legacy. So I wouldn't then expect him to go and like change that, like, or like, unless he, I don't know, it depends, innit? Like, it's all different things, but like,
if he marries Bill Gates' granddaughter,
and then what?
You might be able to take that Gates.
Might be able to take Gates and out, but I don't know. That made me feel a bit of a way, and I could kind of felt like, if my son done that with all the work we've done, and where your name takes you without you doing anything. Yeah. Like, we grafted so you don't have to graft at all. Like, I would be a bit of a boy mum too. I'd be like, what?
Yeah. And that is also her first son. Do you know what I mean?
Exactly.
So there's also that element. And I feel like she's been getting that whole boy mum narrative.
Yeah.
Because of everything that's gone on. And I feel like a lot of the time it is highlighted when the boy or the man, the son, now gets in a relationship. I feel like that's when you see
some mums move
boy mum
mad
2.0. And I see it all the time on TikTok and stuff, especially like boy mums, like, you hear these horror stories about how the mum did the first dance. And that was the same situation with Victoria, apparently. But
that's crazy.
Mums stepping in and doing the first dance, or mums trying to like sabotage the weddings, or mums trying to wear white as well. And just doing all kinds of like weird things when it comes to their boy children. I feel like that's the thing that's my biggest takeaway from the whole boy mum thing. Like, take away Victoria and remove them from the equation. Just like how the energy that they have for their boy children sometimes isn't even filtered down to their daughter, for example.
I wouldn't want to do a first dance with Ishmael, but I want a mother and
of course, like, I think that's completely like fair and viable. Do you know what I mean? I feel like there's nothing wrong with that.
But I don't know if I'd want a daughter and mum dance.
No, but then the daughter would do the dad thing, isn't it? Yeah. But I mean, listen, at the end of the day, I just think
parenting is difficult.
It's different.
Man.
It is difficult.
It don't matter how much money you've got.
Exactly.
Parent is difficult. It is and now they've got this unruly kid on the internet.
And I think that's what's mad, because it's just like they've really done well at protecting their image and really curating this image of like you know, the perfect wholesome family. I mean, on paper, they look like the perfect family. They've got 3 sons and their youngest is a girl. Like, it's just like, you can't write it.
Perfect.
They're so rich. Mum and dad are both talented and successful in their own.
And they seem so still in love.
Yeah, exactly. They seem so still in love. They've both like done so well for themselves in their career, and they've got these great children. Like, and then of course, but there is always like, not a rotten apple for lack of a better phrase, but there is always one.
Yeah.
Like, I've always heard that it tends to be the middle child. But like, yeah,
Who's
I mean,
the middle? Romeo. Is it
I guess Romeo
Cruz?
would be. There's 4, so I guess it would be, I don't know. I guess it would be Romeo.
But who's older, Romeo or Cruz?
Romeo. Yeah, Cruz is the last boy.
Okay.
Yeah, and then Harper. But yeah, I mean, listen, at the end of the day, when I saw the revelations, I couldn't relate because I'm not a Nepo baby. So I didn't understand like his gripes, but they are important to him and their gripes to him. Do you know what I mean? I just feel like for people to go no contact, if that's what he feels like he needs to do, because at the end of the day, no matter what, none of us have lived in his shoes. And I can't imagine the pressure that he feels. Yeah. Like, because you don't have a choice. Like, and bless David and Victoria, no one knows what they're doing with their first child. Do you know what I mean? Like, no one...
That's my whole fault.
You don't know what, like, it's...
And she went through hell as well with the media.
Exactly. And that was such a different time in the media. And I remember it so specifically because I loved like all those magazines and stuff like that.
I remember that. She went through hell, man.
There were no boundaries. Like, there was even like a kidnapping ploy for him and all sorts. And, you know, have they probably made mistakes in the sense of like wanting him to reflect the brand and not let the brand down? And maybe that's kind of...
the first boy.
And maybe that's kind of overlapped and that's not what he needed and he didn't want to be in the limelight and he hasn't really had much choice. Like, I see both sides. I don't think that either party
We see this every day in African families.
Exactly.
The first boy in an African family has a lot on his shoulders. The woman he marries, the career he follows, how he follows his mum, his dad, like it's very similar, and it's mad because like culture and traditions and stuff filter through. It don't matter race or what. When it comes to parenting, there's certain things that it's like, you're the firstborn son. So you've got to do, you're the heir to the throne. And that's how they're seeing it. You've married this woman, you're the heir to the throne, and you've taken pelts. Now you're Pelt's Beckham.
Yeah, exactly. So listen, I hope it all works out for them. But I'm not mad at him for going no contact because we don't know the full ins and outs of like how bad it's been for him or whatever. I don't get the feeling that they're bad people, the Beckhams.
No, I don't.
I just think that they're probably straight and they probably don't play about their brand, and nor should they. They've worked really
their child. They're probably we don't want you to go over there and then things go wrong and now we've got to pick up the pieces.
That's the thing, and you're so like heavily like encroached in this woman's this woman, you know, his wife's family. I don't know, it's a lot, but it just made me think about it from like anytime like something's happening in the media or whatever, like what is the parenting angle? And it was just like, this whole boy mum thing. It's just,
I think you could never get it right. The lucky thing for us is that we're not nowhere near like that level of like,
that's the thing. Who knows how to
exactly that? And when you're being a parent in the public eye must be crazy. The pressures alone internally, like, and then within your family, and then to have the whole world watching what you're doing and how you're doing it, and like your child's not happy now because this, that, and you feel like you've given your child the world, but clearly it wasn't enough. Like,
clearly
it's crazy. I don't envy them, but I hope that Brooklyn, Victoria and David figure it out. You know, if you need anybody to have that conversation,
exactly, and
we are available.
Offer our platform. You guys can come and sit on the couch and we will happily mediate and make it right between you guys.
We'll even bring Ishmael and Aya.
Exactly. They're hilarious. They'll literally just make everything so funny.
To soften the day.
So yes, we absolutely offer this platform to you guys. And if you guys have got any advice
for us, please.
Us and how
please be writing in.
Mediate, then absolutely let us know.
Gosh.
But it's sad.
It's sad.
Really sad.
I think parenting is something like you can never get wrong or right. And I learned that quite quickly, I think, that like it's just as long as he's alive,
exactly,
and he's happy.
That's the thing. That was my focus. The first 6 months of
just keep her alive.
Just like yeah, I need her to stay alive.
Yeah.
And then I won't feel like a complete failure.
Yeah.
You know, once I've done that, then I'll kind of like...
We can start thinking of that. I'm building the blocks. Like parenting is not easy. And
no, not at all.
It's fun, but it is hard, man. I wouldn't change it for the world.
Yeah.
I would not change it for the world, but it is hard. And I don't know... People say it's hard all the time, but I don't know how honest people are. When I say it's hard, a lot of people might think like it's hard in terms of like, oh, you can't go to the shop by yourself anymore. You got all this responsibility. No, emotionally, it is hard. You have to like really internally think about what you're doing on a day-to-day basis and how this is going to affect not your child even today, but in 10 years, in 20, like it is hard. It's such a selfless thing that gets no reward. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what our favourite lady says, Erica. I feel like I'm always quoting that lady.
Oh, is that what she said?
Erica Cosma, or whatever her name is. She says that it's the most rewarding job. She says it's the most rewarding job you'll never get paid for.
Yeah.
You know? And it's like, yeah, I couldn't...
And I don't care how easy you say your child is or how supportive your husband is. Those things that make it easier.
Yeah, yeah.
But it doesn't make it easy.
Yeah, because the job is 24/7. It is so dependent on like you're saying, every decision you make, it's not just for the now.
No.
Everything is like a domino effect for later, for what's going to happen, and you constantly have to think ahead.
And in trying to undo some of the things. And it might not be like bad things. It could be just something as simple as like, I don't know, you sent them to tap and they didn't like tap and you kept forcing them to go to tap.
Yeah.
And trying to undo like the damage that you've done there, like, it's just, you're forever like trying to make sure you're making the right decisions. But I don't think there is any right or wrong decisions when it comes to parenting. You just do your best. Like.
And a lot of it is instinctive as well, and based on you knowing your child. Yeah. And actually, you know what you were just saying about the tap thing, yeah? When's that? So say Ishi, for example, you see that he's talented in something. So let's just say football, for example. And he takes a real keen interest in football. And so now he's like enrolled in a club and he's playing every Sunday or whatever. But then you know that he's talented, and everybody around him, all the coaches and stuff like that, have said he's super talented, blah, blah, blah. But he turns around and says he actually just doesn't want to do it anymore. Where's the line between pushing them because you see that they're gifted versus respecting their boundaries of them not wanting to do it?
I think I'd have to ask him why he doesn't want to do it. Like, are you not enjoying it anymore? Like, what is it why don't you want to do it anymore? If he's enrolled in something, then I'll say, okay, cool. Let's just this is all paid for, whatever. Let's finish this year. And then we can be you can be done with it. Yeah. If he finishes it and he still is like, Mum, no, I don't like it, I don't want to do it, then we're done. But at least you have to finish something. Yeah. Like, that's the one thing. Like, if my child says they don't want to do something, I'm not going to make them do it. Yeah. But you have to finish it.
Finish it at least, yeah.
Like, finish the course. Finish. I will be.
Like, you're so talented.
But also,
that's out the hood.
In the same breath, though, football is so like costing on their body.
It is, you know.
Like, it is really. It is tough. Like, I was probably thinking about, what is it? I was watching Serena Williams and Venus, that Richard, what's it?
Oh yeah, Richard, I think it's
called. Something Richard or whatever. Their dad. And how like he basically forced them to play tennis. Like, but look what they've done now.
Exactly.
He's parenting. Even Joe Jackson.
Exactly. Joe Jackson is like the ultimate villain of like the stage parents kind of thing. But then I feel like even with Richard Williams, if that's his name, forgive me if it's not, I feel like his approach, it was very motivational, but it didn't feel forceful.
No, it didn't feel forceful. It felt like...
He still rode for them. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? Because I remember there was a scene in the film where I think there was like a coach that was interested in one of them. I think it was Serena at the time. And this particular coach wanted her out of school. And Joe was like, Joe, you know. And Richard was like, no, she's going to finish school. Yeah. And so I feel like he did advocate for them in a way that like was powerful because he was very protective, but while still pushing them. That's from the movie. Obviously, we don't know.
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
But I don't know how much involvement they had in that film as well. Whereas Joe Jackson, that one beat it into them. And he would like, And Joe Jackson, even before he died on that hill.
Yeah.
I wouldn't do anything different.
Yeah, because look at them. Yeah,
at the standard that I created. Like, you know, Michael is an actual standard now. Like, Beyonce is a standard. Serena is a standard. And what do they all have in common? Parents that push them to their limits.
Yeah.
So I'm always really conflicted. But then I guess everyone's kind of like...
Yeah, I think you can push them with their gifts. But I think there is a line because, like, look at Michael Jackson.
Exactly.
Look at the Jackson 5.
It's not exactly the greatest.
Yeah, look at them. They don't...
Case study.
Exactly. Yeah. Like, they did incredibly. Michael Jackson did phenomenally. But, like, look at him. Janet Jackson doesn't look like she's the happiest woman in the world either.
No, none of them.
Like, none of them.
They're all flawed in some way.
In some way.
The ones that weren't the main characters.
Exactly. Yeah. Beyonce is nowhere near that mentally. But like when she'd have interviews when she used to talk to us, she'd be like, you know, she didn't have much of like
a childhood.
Yeah. She couldn't go to the mall. Like when she'd go to the mall, like they'd like rush it or whatever. She was like 16.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Like and I say all of that to be like, but they are incredible.
That's the thing.
They live incredible lives right now.
And they're legendary.
They are legendary. But if we were to have a conversation with them now, would they say they would do that to their children?
I don't think so.
Or like, are they happy?
The thing is, I don't think you can have that without that. Do you know what I mean? I don't think you can have that level of status and excellence if we're talking about the people that had those pushy parents. I think a lot of it comes from that pushiness from the parents.
Oh, absolutely.
So you just have to just decide
absolutely
where you want your child to go, what the levels of success.
Yeah,
because I don't know if there's a world in which you can do soft parenting and reap those results.
No, I don't think you can.
Do you know what I mean? I don't think you can be like, okay.
You'll just get a hippie child.
If you don't feel like going to practice today, you don't have to.
But that's what I mean. That's why I would make it a point that what you start, you have to finish.
Yeah.
So if you've gone into a football camp that's for 18 months, 8 months in, you don't want to do it anymore, okay? But you've started it, so you have to finish it. Like, you're not going to just leave things loose on it, just jump in, ship everywhere. No, you have to complete it. And you're only leaving it if I can really see that you're unhappy. Like, not just because, you don't like the person you play football with. No, because you're going to go somewhere else and meet somebody you don't like. Do you know what I mean? It would have to be on case. But yeah, you do have to, for your children to succeed and develop properly, I do think you do have to have a firm hand on them in terms of like how, I think it's instilling discipline. Yeah.
It's the discipline, isn't it?
They have to be committed to. You have to like.
They have to love it.
Yeah, that's the thing. That's the problem. That's the thing. Like I want them to love it. I don't want them to feel like. I don't want Ishmael to get to like, I don't know, he's a basketball player or something for the NBA, making millions, but he's like, I'm not happy.
Yeah, I've not been happy.
And the thing is, when you do that with children, when you get them into something, and you put so much effort into it, and that's all they do. It gets to a point where they don't know anything else outside of that.
In other areas.
So what else would they? They're going to keep doing it because they're like, this is the only thing I'm good at.
This is all I know.
Yeah, this is all I know. This is all I'm good at. So you never really know if they really wanted to continue it anyway because they're so used of doing it and they know that's their talent. They know that's how they're going to be successful.
Yeah, they've all
so they'll keep doing it
on it.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So I would definitely give him the opportunity to like try different things. But you're not going to be 15 and telling me you don't want to play the guitar anymore, sir. You are old enough to know what it is you like. Do it. Like, come on, let's be serious. At like between the ages of 4 to 12, let's figure it out. Let's see what you want to do, whatever. But you're just not going to jump ship because that will just translate into other things. You get into a relationship. Yeah. Oh, she's getting on my nerves now, so I'm going to jump. Mum, I don't like her no more, so I don't want to be here. All right. Yeah, just go on the holiday with her. And then when you get back, make sure you do what you said. No.
Yeah. It's true. It does trickle down into other areas of your life. And like you do have to follow through and be a man or a woman of your word. And have commitment and have dedication and have discipline. And I just feel like, if you're always like co-signing them quitting or just giving up or whatever, it's not conducive to just having good sort of discipline for yourself in other aspects of life. So no, I totally agree with that. I feel like as I'm getting older, before I used to be like, no, I think it's so wrong when people like force their kids, especially like Nigerians kind of have that reputation for really like saying that their kids, you're going to be a doctor, you're going to be this. And it was like almost like a joke, like, you know, of African parents. And I always used to be like, no, like when I was like in my rebellious phase, like when I was like, I don't know, really super early 20s sort of thing. And I'd be like, no, I'd never do that to my kids. Like my kids should be able to be whatever they want to be and they should be able to be happy. No, now I'm getting older.
You got to speak life.
No, you actually, yeah, exactly. I'm just like, yeah, no, I don't know about all of that. Because you can do it. No one's saying don't be happy and don't center happiness. Because at the end of the day, if you don't have happiness, you don't really have anything.
Yeah.
But if I see that you're gifted and talented, I'm probably going to push you and encourage you.
Yeah.
But in a loving way. I feel like you can do all of those things in a loving way. Like if you're ruling with an iron fist, then like no.
You're going to make it not fun anyway. Exactly. They're going to not want to do it.
And I don't want my kids to be scared of me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I want to be a figure in their life that they can talk to about anything. Like if Anaya doesn't want to do something, I want her to be able to communicate in depth as to why. I want us to have that kind of relationship. But I'm not going to lie, like if I see that you're gifted in maths, if I see that you're gifted in science, I'm probably going to encourage you to do that thing and have something really concrete to lean on.
Yeah.
And now I don't necessarily begrudge those parents because I know families like that where they've made their children do medicine. They've made them do law. They've got those qualifications and now some of them are just doing other things. But it's like...
But at least you got it in your back pocket.
Exactly. You got that in your back pocket.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So when I feel like we're always going to need doctors. Do you know what I mean? We're always going to need lawyers and all of that.
On that, please, parents, can we start training our kids to be like plumbers and electricians and stuff?
Bro.
We are missing, they're dying
those
out.
Trade skills.
Trade skills are so important. They're so important. We need more traders.
Not to mention, those people are making bank.
They're making
We had a plumbing situation just before Christmas. It was like a huge plumbing situation. Just to get someone to even enter SE... whatever, you had to pay them £70. They haven't even diagnosed the problem. The problem might not even be worth £70. The problem might be worth £5,000. I will never know until they come and look at it, right? Just for them to enter your house cost £70.
£70.
I was just like, oh my God. And I was probably ringing around and it was all the same sort of thing.
Yeah, honestly.
So them people, like, it might not look like the most glamorous thing.
Not every child is going to be a singer or a rapper or a footballer or a doctor. Like,
it may not be
so much things where your children can excel in. Like, so 100%. Much things your children can excel in. And I don't see anything wrong with focusing in on what they are interested in. But I think there is definitely like, it's a bit of a tipping scale. It's a bit too much or not.
Yeah, no, I agree.
But yeah, with Ishmael starting school soon, these are the sort of things that I'm
exactly. It's a new set of problems now, not problems, but like challenges.
Yeah, like what is it? What is it that he can read really well?
That's great.
He absolutely loves animals.
He might be a vet. Then people might.
Rochelle keeps saying he's going to be a zoologist.
All that, yeah.
I need to see how much he's thinking.
Yeah, I need to know. I don't know how much zoologists make.
No,
but I know vets eat.
Do they?
Yeah, they definitely get money.
They're like...
People don't play about their pets, you know? People do not play about their pets.
They're like archaeologists that get paid well. You know, there's ones that go digging for bones.
Like for bones and that. I've got no idea how much archaeologists make. If anybody knows, please tell us. I do not know.
It would be quite interesting if he ends up doing stuff like that because his obsession with animals is
he does love animals. He does. And he always has. It's not even like...
Yeah. It's,
you know, sometimes kids especially, they have things that they go in and out of, but he's been consistent with his animals.
And I don't know where from. And I can't stand them.
Wildlife.
I don't like them at all. I don't even know how it became a thing. Because I don't like them
Achille.
At all. I don't think it was Achille. It's only a hippo and lion.
Because to be fair, Anaya watches Achille every day. She's pretty much watched it since she was born.
See?
She don't really...
There's a bush baby, a hippo, and a lion.
True that.
I didn't even know what
Achilles a girl, right?
Yeah, Achilles a girl. So I don't know where it came from, but he is
Yeah.
But yeah, we'll see. I'll keep you all posted what happens with Ishmael when he's 25 years old.
Exactly. It'll be so interesting to see.
But yeah, man.
But yeah.
Life is moving fast.
Life is moving fast. What else is going on?
We did get an email from someone.
Okay. So we have a dilemma.
When this came through, I was like, the thing is, I think people have, during the Christmas period, the Christmas and New Year period, I think it's a very vital time when if you're co-parenting, or even if you are a single parent or you are married, that is when parents, I think, tend to knock kids because everybody's at home. So really, everybody should be pulling their weight.
Yeah.
It's no longer, I'm at work, and that is when I see that people, it doesn't matter if you're single, co-parent.
Everyone's
like, you are at home too, so you should be doing it. Why don't you give her or him a bath? It's like everybody's literally like, okay, we're both here, so actually we should be able to, like, the load should be shifted.
No,
but it doesn't seem to be. So I feel like that's why we end up getting some of the thingies we got. On that though, have you seen that TikTok of some guy and he's like, if we go to war, single mums should be at the front. They should be the ones that go to war because they are stronger soldiers. Like, at first, when I first saw it, I thought, are you taking the piss? But it's actually like rating single mums, saying that how we do so much and like we're so resilient, blah, blah, blah. And in the comments, someone put, I won't be able to go because my son's dad won't take him. And everyone was and everyone was laughing and stuff like, and putting that, it's so true. Like, he won't come and pick him up. Like, there'll be no one to look after him. And I was like, it's so true.
Won't even let us go to war.
Yeah, he won't even let us go to war, and he probably won't go to war either. So nobody's going to war.
That is so funny.
It made me laugh so much. I was just like, bloody hell. But what I do like is that people are talking about their childhood I don't know if it's childhood experiences. They're talking about their, not parenting experiences, but how their parents parented them. Like, a lot of people are talking about it more. Yeah. And not in a, some things are kind of sad.
Yeah.
But they're still quite respectful with it. And I think that's the only way we will evolve as parents. And I think it's millennials. I feel like us lot have completely flipped everything on its head. Like, really the type of parents we are is, first of all, hilarious.
I know, exactly.
Like, it's actually mad.
Where it's like,
parents,
we're the new adults.
Yeah, it's actually insane.
Yeah.
But like, I love that we now are like kind of holding a mirror to our parents. And I feel like, for me anyway, with my mum, she can see not the errors in her ways, but she can see why I do certain things now opposed to how she used to do it. Like, even the other day, she was like to me, oh, you know, when you had Ishmael, I remember when you used to bring him over and you'd be so fussy with what he'd eat and what he wouldn't eat, and you're still like that with him. And she was like, do you know what? It's such a good thing that you're like that, because she's like, there's so much like bad stuff and kids go off and like eat whatever and blah, blah, blah. And she was talking about like some of our family members' kids and stuff, saying like their mums and dads are trying to like train the kids to eat a different way now. So she's like, I completely understand why you were doing what you were doing then. Yeah. I just couldn't understand it before.
Yeah, because it was probably so different to what...
Completely different, yeah. So she was just like, yeah, like I get it now. So I like that we are like kind of holding up a mirror to them and being like, you did the best with what you could. Yeah. But now I'm doing the best with what I can, because it's evolved now. Like, time has evolved.
That's the thing. And it's like, you've got to trust your instincts.
Yeah.
And it's like, as much as it's so nice to like have your mum there or whatever, he's your kid, like, you kind of have to have the final say.
I remember the first time I said that to her.
And yeah, it is really triggering. But they don't like it at all, but it's also just the truth.
Yeah, it threw her for I was probably like, Mum, he's my son. I know how to look after him. And she was proper just like...
Yeah, that will silence them, boy.
Yeah, but that day when she went home, she messaged me and she was like, that's the only time I've got any sort of like, not sorry, but like any... She basically messaged me and she was just like, I forget that you're a woman now. And now you're even a mum. Yeah. So she was like, I'm sorry and I completely like respect it. That's the first and last time she actually looked at me like, okay, you are a woman.
Yeah, you know what you're doing.
You know what you're doing. You run a house. You're doing it by yourself. Yeah. Like, it was actually like, oh, like, she actually knows what she's doing kind of vibe. It's never happened after that. But like,
I know, you probably get like one every 10 years. Yeah. Out of a Black African.
Right. So the title is Free Me from the Shackles of Deadbeatism. Hey, Audrey and Aisha. Love the community you've built. I'm yet to go to a brunch, but 2026 for sure. I have a bit of a rant. My deadbeat sperm donor. My goodness, I actually cannot believe I was fooled by this waste man. I've never known a man who can be so waste. Don't look after his kids. Mine is a second of 2-year-old girl. My naivety let me believe that the mother of his first child was making it hard for him. They love that. It's her fault. All the whilst he was a bum hiding in normal man clothing. He does nothing. Stopped working because of maintenance. Stopped working because of maintenance. Doesn't call, text, not even £1 for Mufti Day. I'm sick of it. My child is amazing and I'd do anything for them, but it's so exhausting doing everything all the time. Don't get me wrong. I have an amazing support network, but sometimes I'm so deflated and get into my head about whether I'm doing the best for my child. It's honestly so much. The mindfuck of absolutely despising the person that gave you something you would literally die for is insane. Anyway, I needed to get this out, and what better place than with two gorgeous women, Black women. Aww. Keep pushing this community because Lord knows it was 100% needed.
Aww. First of all, I'm sorry you're going through that. That is just awful. And I completely get the need to just sometimes wanting to just send an email just to get it off, just to vent. Yeah, just to vent, exactly. And so, yeah, he is a bum. Like, do you know what I mean? It's just like, here at Raising Me in Mind, we're not going to like use politically correct language and, you know, try and do this thing of like devil's advocate and seeing things from the other side. There's no excuses. Like, no. When we had Nadia here and we talked about it at quite great length, you know, I'm just saying exactly the same thing. Like, my opinion hasn't changed. There's no excuses. I don't care. As long as you're alive and able-bodied, there's absolutely nothing that should be holding you back from seeing your children, being active and trying to support you as the person, as the parent that stayed and that's putting in the work, the time, the energy and the money kind of thing. So you're validated in your feelings. He is a bum. He isn't no good. And it really is a shame. Like, I will never understand how you have a whole child and you're able to just go about your day.
I mean, he has two.
Exactly.
And it even seems like two. He's done it with the first one and is now doing it with hers. Yeah, it is a shame, but it's his shame. He's missing out on his children being in their lives. And you know what? I think people forget, even us that are there present for our children, you're going to have to explain certain things to your children one day. One day they're going to ask you. There's going to be a day where they ask you, why did you do this? Or where were you with this? Or what? And that is his thing to carry. Like, I would say to you, coming from someone who is in kind of a similar situation to you, let it go. Focus on what you can focus on, and that's being there for your child. You said you've got a great community. So lean into them. I know it can be heartbreaking because there's going to be times where it's like, maybe your child's friend they're talking about their dad or whatever, and it can be like, oh man. But just like focus on what you can do and what you are doing for your child. And forgive yourself as well. Because you've said, like, you know, your naivety to believe that the first mum was doing whatever she was doing. And I think every woman has been there where you believe what a man has said about his ex or whatever. So forgive yourself of that, because when you're in love and you always think you can change someone or that they'll do right by you. But leopards don't change as much.
They don't. And they can be so convincing as well, you know. They can be very convincing with these narratives that they try to spin. And as you said, like, when you like someone, love them, whatever, there's feelings there, you are more inclined to believe them. Do you know what I mean? Because you don't have access to the other person to hear their side of the story.
And you want
to. Exactly. You want to believe what they're saying because you want it to work out. Do you know what I mean? And so, yeah, I think that, like Aisha said, give yourself a pat on the back. You are doing what needs to be done. You are making sure that your child is good. And it just reminded me of this whole situation with like Jay Huss's girlfriend. Did you see that?
Oh yeah. What was she talking about?
I don't know what she was talking about, but it's sounded
the same thing. He stopped working because of maintenance.
Right. Exactly.
But what's Jay Huss stopped working?
That's the thing. I saw that clip and it was just very much like, yeah, we're never going to be free. Do you know what I mean? Because you don't need to
need to comment on it.
Exactly. Come in on, and I don't doubt for 1 second she was probably getting bare comments on that live or whatever. But listen, as someone that's done so many lives, guess what? You can ignore comments. No one is going to beat you. No one can force you to address anything. You address it because you want to. And I just think that, like, you know, the same advice we were just giving this woman, I hear it, but we should also be very, like, if you're dating someone that's got children and the relationship is sketchy, or the relationship, they're not present, they're not active in their life.
They will do it to you.
That should be something that deters you from that guy.
They will do it to you.
They will absolutely do it to you. I can't imagine what bars anyone's going to give to me. I can't imagine what bars they're going to spin to me that's going to make me be like, oh, it's okay that you're not in your kid's life. Like, I just, like, even from a selfish perspective, I would just think you'll do it to me.
Absolutely.
You do it to me. And these narratives...
Because these children are, what I always say, sorry to cut you, what I always say to people is, being one way to the woman that he was with is one thing, yeah? He may not want to talk to her anymore. He may hate her because she's gone and had a baby. He didn't want to have the baby, all the rest of it. But he has cut himself off from somebody who has the same blood running through your veins.
Yeah, exactly. What did that innocent child do?
They have your blood running through your veins. Your child is out there. That is someone that is come from you. You've left them out there. Just whatever. Yeah. So who are you?
Exactly.
Who are you as the girlfriend?
Exactly. You ain't shit.
You're no one.
Yeah.
So he will do the same to you, and he will leave his... If you can do it to one child, and I always say it to women, because some women think, oh, like they go on to have kids with guys that don't talk to their children or whatever, and they're there with those children and they're happy, you know, they've got a family or whatever, and the women would just be like, oh, you know, well, he doesn't mess with them or whatever. I always say to him, listen, let me tell you something. If he could do it to that child, he could do it to your children. Like, just because you are in a home, whether you're married, whether you're together, whatever, the kids are there, if an opportunity arises where he finds somebody else, and he actually wants to leave you, he will, the same way he dropped that child is the same way because he's got it in him.
Exactly. Your time
he's got it in him.
Don't for one second think that because right now you're doing the family thing, that this means that it means you're immune from it. No. You are not immune from anything.
Because he dropped his other child.
Exactly.
That child is equally his... and what,
there's no difference.
I think some women in their mind, they see it almost like it's a stepchild. Do you get what? Because it's not... the child's not there. Yeah. But your children and the other child is equally the same amount of child of his. Exactly. Like, they are all his children. It's not like a half thing here, whatever. No, they are his children. So if you can do it to one, he can eventually do it to another if the opportunity arises for him to do it. And I, like, as much as guys who have got bare kids get a lot of stick or whatever, but if they've got bare kids with different women and they're still present for those children, oh yeah, I'd rather date you than a guy that's got one kid that's not there.
Yeah, definitely.
No way. I'd rather be with a guy who's got kids everywhere that looks after them than be with the guy that's got one or two with one woman and he's just left them there because, the girl gives me a headache. Yeah. What about the children?
Exactly. Why would the fact that you can let children suffer and lose out because of your gripe, because of a relationship didn't work out, because you now dislike the person you have the child with. The fact that you can let innocent children suffer, I think that just says so much about, or go without. And especially if you had that upbringing where you had an absentee dad and you know what that feels like, I think it's mad. And then these are the same men that have the audacity to get onto and try to deter and discourage men that want to be stepdads, and they get onto Russell Wilson. I actually think it's mental illness. Like, you actually, instead of you to shut your stinking rotten...
Because those people are looking after your kids.
Exactly, deadbeat mouths, and actually be grateful. You get on these platforms and you get on these podcasts and you try and talk down and question men like Russell Wilson and their masculinity because they're looking after the children that you left behind, but actually you should be so grateful that some men are actually willing to step up, and they get onto Russell Wilson calling him a simp and calling him all sorts because he won't abuse Sierra's oldest child, because he won't disregard him and ignore him the same way you guys do your kids. Yeah. You see that as like as a representation of masculinity. Yeah. Of like him having lesser masculinity because he won't abuse a child, essentially. Like, listen to yourselves. Like, listen to how ridiculous you sound.
And women, stop being with these guys.
Honestly.
Like, we're rewarding bad behavior.
That's the thing. Because they thrive. A lot of these men, they get a lot of their sort of like accolades or whatever through women. Yeah. And that is how they feel like they're thriving, and that's how they feel like they are masculine. Yeah. And so if they didn't have that, and if we actually stood on business, and I get it, they lie and stuff like that, but it's 2026. Like, we have the tools at our disposal to really do our due diligence on a guy and really find out information. Like, listen, we do investigative journalism for less. Do you know what I mean? Like, we do it for less. So talk less of like someone that you're dating and giving you some bogus story about why you can't see his kids. You can find out the real reason. You can get to the bottom of it.
We live in the United Kingdom, and as long as he's not a criminal running from the law, if you really want to see your children, you can go to court.
Exactly.
For free, actually.
Right, that's the thing.
The gov.co.uk will go in there and you can go and take the mum to court so that you can see your child. There are resources.
They don't want to do it. I don't believe that. I'm saying that I'm sure there are some dads that are doing it, and I've seen some stories.
Yeah, I know a dad that is like,
but there are some men that are fighting tooth and nail to see their kids. And so we're not talking about those ones. We're talking about the ones where they get into one little argument with the mother of their kids, and then suddenly it's like, oh, do you know what? I'll see the kids later, and then days turn into weeks turn into months, etc.
But they're outside living their life.
Exactly, but you're outside. You manage to make time for everything else, and you prioritize everything else. And I don't think that the majority of mums are stopping men from seeing their kids just to be spiteful. No, I'm not saying that storyline doesn't exist. I'm not saying it doesn't exist at all, but I do not think it's the overwhelming majority.
Most of the mums I know that are not with the father of their children, they are actually praying to God that they want it, because they're like, let him, do you know how he's, come and take him.
Exactly.
Or come and take her.
Yeah.
Because then I have a break.
Exactly.
Actually, I don't mind.
Wouldn't want extra money.
I actually don't mind.
Or extra hands.
Do you know what it is for me? I don't even care about the money part. My son will be fine.
Yeah,
he will always be fine. I will always make sure my son has food on the table, rent is paid, he has clothes. Money-wise, my son is absolutely fine. Be present.
That's it. That time is priceless.
Be present. And for a lot of women, that's what it is. Like, they don't care about the money. Just be present. Help. Come and be with him, or have him for the day or whatever. Like, women aren't even asking for you to take them week on, week off. It's just come and have him on Saturday.
That's the thing.
Pick him up in the morning, bring him back in the evening.
Go for a meal, go kick a ball, and then bring him back. Yeah. It's quality time, and all of that stuff is what helps to build the relationship with the child. And this idea, and it's like, I just feel like a lot of that American culture, we're trying to trickle it down here, and a lot of it doesn't really make sense. Like, we don't have a big child support culture here. Like, when I see those like videos and stuff like that, and it's like, he owes me $55,000 in backdated child support, and I'm just like, $55,000? That's crazy. These are just like average everyday people. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? So I don't know that we have that kind of culture here with, like, is it CSA, child support?
Yeah, I don't know how that works.
Yeah, I don't really know, but I know that most women will take having a day off, having a break over any money.
Yeah.
Just because really and truly, if you're doing that 2 or 3 times in the week, then you don't really even need to give me money, because you'll be taking care of the child when they're in your care.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I feel like most people would be more than happy, but I can just never, like, there's just no excuse. There is absolutely no excuse.
There isn't one.
And again, if you're in one of those situations where the mum is bitter and doing all that and actively trying to, then cool. But I don't believe that is the
majority. No, I know people that do no contact handovers.
Exactly.
One parent will drop the child to school, the other parent will pick so they don't ever even talk to each other.
Communicating through apps and stuff.
They don't
if
even...
If you really want to see your kids, you will.
There is no way.
There's not been any argument that's been compelling enough for me to accept that. That you're around. Some of these people are living in the same boroughs. And like
less than like a mile, you know 2 miles away from each other.
And it's just like, I will never ever be convinced of that. I don't care what you tell me.
And also men, I don't know how much men watch this, but men need to hold their friends accountable.
100%.
There's no way you should have a friend who's got children and you're still cool going to the club, popping bottles, holidays, all the rest of it. And you know well and truly that he doesn't see his child.
Exactly. And accountability is part of this, like, I don't know, it's an element that is needed in these male relationships, which is why they're always talking about this male loneliness epidemic and stuff like that. And it's just like, you're not having meaningful friendships with one another because it's based on surface level things. And a lot of you have these deep-rooted internalized issues because you've got guilt about things like your children. Do you know what I mean? Like, when that term, it will never be well with you, it's so like perfect. I love it because all of those things, I feel like they manifest themselves. How can it ever be well with you? Of course you've got flipping anxiety. Of course you feel lonely. Of course you feel paranoid. That is the spirit of your crying child that you ignore rearing its head. Like, why won't you be having sleep paralysis? Do you know what I mean? Why aren't suddenly coming up with all of these like illnesses and stuff like that that are like literally killing you from the inside? Yeah. I think all of that stuff, like if you are a deadbeat, of course people have those things and they're active and stuff. I'm not talking about you people, so please. But you, man, have all of these like random things that are wrong with you and you're always doing that victim and woe is me. Woe will always be you if your kid is not looked after.
Yeah, for sure.
Like, let's be very, very Frank and Lampard here. And I'm just like over it. Like, I'm over the coddling of it. Like, it's inexcusable.
And you can see, I feel like with community, accountability is something that's why they don't have community.
Exactly.
And I think that's why women have community. And I feel that's how we're able to build community because we hold each other accountable.
That's right.
Whether it's you hold yourself accountable so the other woman can see them in you, or we hold each other accountable. And there are male spaces that have that I feel are great community. Like I know it's not just male based, but like 90s babies, I love them so much. They are absolute
example.
Great.
They're
exactly
excellent,
and they hold each other accountable.
Yep.
Like I was watching one of their episodes the other day, and they were talking about like them parenting, and I was talking about things like their wives and stuff, and they were just the way they were talking. It was I can't remember what exactly they were talking about, but like say for instance, Temi said something, and then VP was like, but maybe you should have done it. Like, do you get what I mean? Like, that's holding each other accountable.
Like, having talking about it.
Talk about it, hold each other. And I love that. Like, there's all different, there's other like male spaces, but I do love 90s babies because I feel like they're a great example of what black men and brotherhood should look like.
Absolutely.
Like and they have fun. They're still normal guys.
And they're young,
They're young.
Like
nothing has dimmed. It's not being responsible, okay, and being an adult does not stop fun. It actually enhances fun.
Of course it does, because you don't have guilt over your shoulder. Do you know what I mean? And I completely co-sign what you're saying about the guys. Like, they're all married. They've all got children. They're all present. They're all homeowners. They speak life into each other. They have fun. And then they're young guys.
Yeah.
I just think...
if I heard anybody calling any one of them a simp or... I'd be like, you are us. You are actually
you're actually washed.
You're actually a loser.
Yeah, and luckily I've never heard
I've never heard anything.
And I think they do it really well in terms of still being man them though. Do you know what I mean? It's like there's just normal guys, but they just happen to be husbands and dads, and I've got the utmost respect for those guys.
But that's how you evolve.
That's evolution.
Evolution. Exactly. That is the evolution of a human. Do you get what I mean? Like that's how women and men should be, and non-binary people should be evolving.
100%.
You should not be still messing about how you was when you was 18. And I'm sure between them, they've probably got stories to tell from their younger days before they were married, before they met their wives, But it's evolution.
Exactly.
You need to evolve 100%. And there is responsibilities that you need to own up. And I'm not saying that you have to be married and be a homeowner or whatever to be an evolved man. But if you are having children... Be there for your children.
That's baseline. That's so basic. And just off the back of that, in my opinion, podcast, I feel like they're really great as well.
Love them as well.
I don't know if they're all dads, but a couple of them are definitely, I know are.
Big ups to Carly, my Ugandan brother.
Love them. And Dope Black Dads and everything that Mark Harrison's doing. I say that to say that there are these spaces available.
Absolutely, they are.
And so like...
And I hope that they tap into them.
Yeah.
Because if you see this, like if this is clipped, you see this on YouTube somewhere or Instagram or whatever... These places, and you hear this is for you, you know that you're the dad that's not looking after your child. Go and look at these spaces.
Exactly.
Go and look at these guys. Like they are great inspirations. Do you know what I mean? And they don't have to be older than you. They can be younger than you, but they're great examples of what life could look like if you do the right thing.
If you do the right thing. Trust me, it will be better. Like, things will pan out better for you because you're not living in karma all the time. And I just think we're talking about lives here. It's not even like we're talking about material things. We're talking about actual human beings whose existence are dependent on us showing up and breaking these cycles and we want to do better. Do you know what I mean? Like we have so many resources. We have so many options. A lot of our parents didn't have anything. So I can even give them grace because I'm not being funny. Like the things our parents did, is mad. Like, I just can't even imagine.
My
mum was like 18, leaving her parents, coming to the UK, coming to a place with no one that looked like her, really, and just starting life at 18. Yeah. At 18, I could just about get out of bed. Like, literally, I would be sleeping in, and my mum was doing all of that. So for their generation, and they weren't perfect, but I extend grace because their beast that they were fighting was different.
Yeah.
But us, there's no excuse. There's just not a single excuse.
There's no.
And if you're big and bold enough to bring life into this world, you better be accountable and
absolutely. And that's for married men as well. Like, don't just leave it to your wife to be doing up two parents.
Exactly.
Like, you also can very much be a deadbeat dad, but a husband.
100%. You can be present and deadbeat at the same time. Like, and I feel like as married women or partnered women, whatever the case may be, like, we also owe it to ourselves to offload and share that responsibility. Because I've even been guilty of that before, like liking things done in a certain way to the point where, like, I've become so precious over it that now it's just become my responsibility. But then
you resent him for not doing it. But you're the one that took the responsibility.
These times I've always been thinking ahead. I haven't always brought him into decisions or conversations. Yeah. Things are just being done. And you become so, like, obsessed with the idea of doing things your way that actually you're not creating space for the other person to even put their input in or to even help out. Like, it's not that deep. Do you know what I mean? Like,
and then as a woman in that position, you could then be having a bad day and be like, I do everything, you never help me or whatever. And it's like, but when have you ever allowed him?
Exactly. Like, sometimes you actually have to allow people and let people know that you need help. And sometimes you actually have to just say it and just be like, can you do this? And not. So I feel like we're on such autopilot. We're always on to the next. I'm very much like that. I'm just always trying to get through a list.
Yeah.
Like, always trying to get things done consistently. And it's just like, I saw the funniest TikTok, and I've never seen anything that was more reflective of me ever. I'm so impatient and impulsive. If I want something done, I won't wait. And Nick is the opposite. Nick is kind of like, do it later and do it properly. Or take our time and order the right thing. Wait, I will just find I will find a way to get that thing done. And sometimes it works out, and most of the times it doesn't. And it was a TikTok of this woman, and she was like putting up a TV on the wall, and the caption was basically like, when I asked him to do it and he said, wait till tomorrow. And then she was there trying to put it up.
And did it fall down?
It did the next day. But that's exactly something I would do. I'll be like, babe, can you do this for me? And you'll be like, yeah, can I do it tomorrow? Which is completely valid, because more times it's never urgent.
Now.
And the next thing I'm drilling. I remember I literally did that. Like, I wanted him to hang up some pictures in the house when we were first like redecorating the flat.
Yeah.
And I wanted these pictures up so badly because then it was just going to complete the hallway, and I just wanted to move on from it.
Yeah.
And Nick was like, I need to get my drill. I don't know where it is.
Let me find it.
Let me find it. And I was like, I don't think he really needs a drill. I'm just going to... So I went, and I started hammering a hole, trying to like hammer a hole so that I could just put the nail in and just hang it. Why did this whole wall just start collapsing?
Crumbling.
Like, the wall just started crumbling. I was like, oh my God. And then I proper like tried to paint over it, and it was just a mess. Like, it was a mess. And I was just like, you know what? I should have just waited to get it drilled. Do you know what I mean? So I say all of that to say, like, sometimes just accept the help. You don't always need to be so like impulsive all the time.
Yeah.
It will get done,
That is too funny. Just banging at the wall. But dads, pull your socks up and go and watch 90s Babies.
Exactly. Tap into all of those spaces.
In my opinion. They're all great. Yeah, they're great. They come across as great dads. I love the conversations they have.
Yeah.
And I love that there are spaces for men to have those conversations.
Yeah, because I do think they need it. Like, it's different.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like, at the end of the day, I'm not someone that's trying to make everything homogenous and say that everything is exactly the same.
Yeah.
No, like, have your thing. Do you know what I mean? When it starts to become misogynistic and problematic, that's when it's just like, my God, you man always have. But there's spaces that are not any of those things.
I would love to have a conversation with one of those podcasts.
Yeah, we could easily do that. Yeah, we'll do it.
I think that would be cool. But yeah.
But yeah.
I think
that's enough chin wagging for the day.
We've had a good old chat.
I know. This was just us just catching up.
Yeah.
We haven't been here for a minute.
Yeah. I thought we'd be able to announce some things too. Oh, we got a Glow Mama Award.
Oh my God.
Nomination.
Yes, we did. There's still time.
We are nominated for Best Podcast best community group, and Audrey is nominated for best
from Instagram, which is crazy because my followers are dropping like flies. But it doesn't matter. I'm still so grateful. So
we're super excited.
Raising Me in Mind, go vote for that. Those are the most important awards.
And vote for Audrey also. Come on.
I mean, whilst you're at it, if you've got some time, then
we've got some friends in there, some mum friends as well, like
exactly.
Christina.
Shout out Christina.
Tiwa King is in there as well.
Yes. So many of our like peers who we love.
I think it's going to be a good night. It'll be a good night, awards night. So that would be cool. But yeah, please do vote for us. What else have we got? We got quite a few things coming up, which is great.
Yes, exactly.
We will be posting on the socials because we can't really announce anything right
exactly.
now because they're still being...
But
the dots are being eyed. I mean, the I's are being dotted and the T's are being crossed. But they are happening. So
100%.
You will see us in the city. We're hoping actually to get around the UK this year.
We're going to come to other cities. Obviously, we both live in London and it's...
Where would you want us to come?
But we're happy to like do some small events and stuff like that in other cities. So let us know.
Yeah, let us know where you'd want us to come see
what we can do and how we can make it happen.
Do a little road? A little tour.
Yeah, exactly.
Raising Me in Mind tour. But this has been fun.
It has been fun. I just, you know me, I love to just sit and chat in it. So
I can't believe how much I'm enjoying having a chat on a podcast.
It's so good, isn't it?
Yeah, it's like therapy.
Yeah, it's great. It really is like therapy. And I just feel like, as the fellow parents that listen, I love Mummy podcasts now.
Yeah.
Like I never thought I would be that person, but I really enjoy them.
Yeah,
I hope you guys enjoyed this. And
enjoyed the episode.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, share, and follow.
Yes, all of that. Like, share, subscribe, tell a friend to tell a friend. And let's keep our community growing. Let's keep ourselves accountable. Let's keep sharing our stories and having conversations and leaning on each other. And I really hope that all of this turns into like real life community as well and not just online. And that's absolutely what we want to do, isn't it? As well.
For sure, yeah.
It's not about being perfect at all. It's not PC. Like, just come as you are.
Yeah.
You're welcome.
Thank you for being vulnerable with us as well.
That part.
Because it's not the easiest thing to share your parenting journey or even saying things out loud, which is why we created Raising Me in Mind. Because half of the things that we used to say would be like, if people heard this, they
literally be like, shame, shame, shame.
Like, people think we're mad. So we really appreciate the vulnerability. And we hope that last year was a year when we resurfaced that gave you some comfort. And we hope this year gives you more comfort, more community, more fun, more brunches. And also we'll get to connect the babies, the kiddies together this year for sure. We will be bringing the kids along. But thank you for watching.
Thanks, guys.
We'll see you in the next one.
Bye.